Welcome to CSEC Biology TCP. I'm Mr. Wilson. Today we're going to be looking at question number 3. We ask that you watch this video to the very end so you'll see the playlist for biology past paper questions, HSB past paper questions, and of course agriculture past paper questions. Let's hop right into the video. Question number 3 of a 2022 May-June exam, which was sat actually in July. Now, this is on cells, and you really wouldn't want to go to the exam and see a question on cells, photosynthesis, and that sort of a thing, and you're not able to do it. So figure 2 below shows a typical plant cell and a typical animal cell. So once you're seeing them beside each other, it will require that you distinguish. So we're supposed to identify the parts labeled A, B, C, and D. Of course, A, remember that if you are drawing, you're not supposed to use arrowhead. So I'm not too sure why CXC continued to do this wrong practice. So A there represents the cell membrane. B, of course, is going to be the cell wall, and cell walls are only found in plant cells. Cytoplasm is going to be our C, and of course, D is going to be our vacuole. Before we move on into this, just let's look at some distinction. So usually the plant has a large central vacuole in comparison to a small animal cell vacuole. Plant cells will have a cell wall. Animal cells really don't have cell wall, but they both have cell membrane. Animal cell will somewhat have a irregular shape, while plant cells will have a fixed shape. Plant cells usually have a chloroplast. Animal cells, they don't have chloroplast. And the chloroplast is identified by the stack of cristae here, while you'd see the invagination here for the mitochondria. So you can see the difference here. Invagination here for the mitochondria, and here you're seeing the chloroplast. Mitochondria there. And of course, you're seeing the nucleus with the endoplasmic reticulum here. All right, great. So you need to know these. Now, both cells are going to have the vacuole. Let us see what's happening below. Say the function of any three of a structure identified in AI above. So we looked at the cell membrane, and what it does is to control substances entering and leaving the cell. The cell wall gives the cell shape and pretty much protects the plant cell. The cytoplasm is pretty much the site for many chemical reactions, and organelles are usually suspended in the cytoplasm. Now the vacuole pretty much stores chemical and probably store waste and food, that sort of a thing. And when a cell is turgid, it's because the vacuole has a whole lot of water. And contrary, if it's not turgid, flaccid, then it means that the vacuole, the amount of water there would have been. Student collected 2 specimens, A and B, from a seashore during her biology field trip. She used a microscope to determine which structure were present in the specimen and found that specimen A had contained more mitochondria than specimen B. To start, this is a repeated question. I would have seen this question. I'm not too sure if it's a 96 paper or somewhere there, but I would have seen this question sometime somewhere around the place. Could have been a multiple choice, could have been a paper 2, but I've seen this question before. So just 2 reasons why specimen A had more mitochondria than specimen B. Well, simply put, the cell that was studied might have been a muscle cell, and if it was a muscle cell, then naturally it's going to have more mitochondria than, of course, B. Now, the cell could have also been a liver cell, and if it's a liver cell and B wasn't either of those, then B would not have had that much mitochondria. Another thing is that the muscle, the liver, the kidney, and of course the brain, should have been the brain here, usually contain more mitochondria than other cells. So the reason for this is because there's a possibility that the cell was either of these, either the brain, liver, muscle, or kidney cell, but more so the muscle and the liver would be carrying more mitochondria than other cells. Using 2 name examples, explain why cell specialization is important for cells to function effectively. Now, naturally, many cells are specialized, or almost all the cells, cells in the body are specialized. You have a red blood cells specialized for carrying oxygen. You have the white blood cells that are specialized for fighting pathogens. You have the sperm cell, which is specially suited for with a flagellum to get to the egg. You have the nerve cell with dendrite and axon for nerve impulses, and the list goes on and on. The cheek cell, the muscle cell, they are all specially adapted to carry out a particular function. But here we look at the sperm cell being specialized with flagellum that allows it to swim to the egg for fertilization to take place. The red blood cell has no nucleus. This enables it to have rapid diffusion of gases and space for more oxygen. That takes us to the end of question number 3. I encourage us to read wider with cells, look at the microorganisms that are associated with your particular syllabus, be it fungi, bacteria, protozoa, virus. Make sure you know the particular cell as it is outlined in your syllabus. Please be reminded, if you have not yet, to like, share, or subscribe. And when you subscribe, remember to click the notification bell and select all. You want to also like the video so it's added to your playlist and share it with as many persons as possible. Now stay to the end and you are going to be seeing some playlists on screen that will help you in your study. You can join us this weekend for our marathon or crash course. We would have started from April. It's May. I know the exam is up on us. Every weekend we're having some marathon or crash course. You can reach us at the number on screen. As I usually say, remember to study to show thyself approved.